what is going on at the FBI? What is up with the top cops inside the Federal Bureau of Investigations? There's been a lot of talk, there's been a lot of accusations, and now the Horowitz report is out. You look at it, and you guys, it's a head scratcher. It's a, the hairs are standing up. I got the rumblies in my tumbly. My spidey senses are tingling. Let's talk about that today. I'm Michael, this is the Loftus Party. Thanks for checking out the channel. I don't want to get too deep into the weeds. You guys know what happened, right? Trump has been saying this for the longest time. He's like, the FBI spied on me. And the FBI is like, what? You better watch your mouth, young man. We are the FBI. We don't do that. And Trump's like, yeah, you did. You spied, and it was a conspiracy. And the FBI's like, you offend me, sir. You have offended me. We would never spy and conspire. Pshaw. We are the elite police officers in the nation, and we have a code of honor that we would never break. And Trump's like, well, if you didn't spy, prove it. And they're like, ooh, we will. So they had Horowitz look into it, and he's like, here you go. Here's what I'm telling you happened. And you look at it, and you're like, really? Really? Because here's what he's saying. It wasn't spying. There was some surveillance. So a lot of people are fighting over what's the difference between spying and surveilling. I'm not even going to get into that. I'm not even going to get into that. I want to talk about one thing and one thing only. Okay, so these are America's top cops. They're the best of the best. They're the elite. I took this from the Horowitz report. I printed it out because I wanted to be incredibly accurate. This is Horowitz. This is what he said. We're deeply concerned that so many basic and fundamental errors were made by 3 separate hand-picked investigative teams on one of the most sensitive FBI investigations. So, oops, my bad. So the more I read that quote, the more it bothered me. I'm leaving it up. I'm going total Glenn back here. We're going to break it down. So he says, we're deeply concerned. And that just means you're worried. It's like, that's troubling. I'm concerned. He's concerned that so many basic and fundamental errors were made. Okay, so stop right there. Basic and fundamental. That's like stuff you learn in the first grade, right? Like when your introduction, your first day in the FBI, they're like, here's some basic and fundamental stuff you should know. And they all made the same mistake. Now we're not talking about 3 people. We're talking about 3 separate, hand-picked investigative teams. Investigative teams. So it's not like 3 people made an oopsie. Teams of people. 3 separate. How many people are on a team? Are there like 3 people on a team? 5 people on it? 10 people? Are we talking about like 15 to 30 people all made the same basic and fundamental mistakes on one of the most sensitive FBI investigations? Is that what we're supposed to believe? And they're handpicked. So already with the FBI, you're the best. You are the top dogs, baby. You are the absolute, the elite. And then somebody's like, this is one of the most sensitive things. I'm gonna handpick you, and you. Sorry, Brenda, not you. You can barely tie your shoes, but you. So 3 separate hand-picked teams all made the same basic and fundamental mistakes. You are spitting on me and trying to convince me it's raining. How does that? So here's the only conclusion I can reach. The FBI is a building full of idiots. You must just be morons. To make that believable, you have to think that if the elite hand-picked, top-notch teams of them all made basic and fundamental mistakes, then good Lord, what are the underlings like? Are they just, I'm with the FBI? You'd always see this thing on the news where people are like, you know what, the FBI, the vast majority, the 99.999% of them are great people. I think that number must be a little high. if we're to believe that 3 separate, handpicked teams of people made 17 mistakes that just kind of happened to work out in surveillance, not spying. Surveillance, not spying. If that's what the elite do, then the rest of the building just must be wearing loafers because they can't tie their shoes. Come on. This doesn't validate. It scares me. I want the FBI to be noble, top cops, the best of the best. I want that. I need that. And I need to be able to rely on them. But if Horowitz is to believe, if we're supposed to believe what this guy is selling, 3 teams of hand-picked investigators on one of the most sensitive FBI investigations, they all just made a bunch of basic and fundamental mistakes, and it's concerning. It's concerned. Well, you're right, dude. I am concerned. I'm concerned that you thought that people would believe it.